Yesterday we had an awful practice. We were so out of sync, I didn't recognize us. And I told the team, look, we weren't sharp. We need to come together and have a good shoot-around tomorrow morning. The game is at 2:30. We're going to shoot at 9:30 and go over some things again that we didn't do very well in Friday's practice. We got to do it Saturday morning. In the first half, we looked very anxious, missing free throws, missing open shots, taking some terrible shots. Very similar to our first game when we opened up the season against Rio Grande Valley, where we were very excited about playing, but anxious to do well rather than calmly do well. So at halftime, we told them that the first half was like Friday's practice. Now, second half needs to be like this morning's shoot-around, where we're very sharp. And I thought it was. I thought we needed to make 10 threes against the zone. We only made 3. We needed guys to step up, because if you're not, if your starters are not scoring a bunch of points like they normally do, someone needs to come in off the bench and give you a lift. And I thought James Palmer did that in the first half, and then Jaquan Newton did it in the second half. And I thought he's a lot, personality-wise, a lot like Sheldon. I mean, they love the game of basketball, they love to play, and they love to compete. After the Princeton game, I asked Sheldon who stole his uniform, because there was someone impersonating him wearing number 10 against Princeton. I had asked him who was going to show up against Syracuse, but obviously the real Sheldon McClellan played tonight. He was, despite the fact he didn't make threes, he did so many things to help us. And I thought it was a terrific team effort defensively, because we weren't scoring the ball. And then in the second half, we scored 47 points. So, very important win. Now we got to worry about Jaquan's injury, because he pulled a groin muscle late in the game. Well, Angel Rodriguez was not scoring the ball like he normally does, so I think he just emphasized his defense. So how can I help the team if I'm not scoring a lot? And we had told him beforehand. In actuality, one of the biggest discussions we had in preparation for the game is who should guard Benajay. Should we put someone bigger on him like Davon Reed? And I said, no, I want Angel to be on him and really put a lot of pressure on him, because I was a point guard in college myself, and I was bigger than most of the point guards that guarded me. And the ones that I had the most problems with were these annoying little guys who try to steal the ball off you all the time. So you ask Angel to do that, and he did a fantastic job, especially late in the game.
With Jaquan, is that like a reluctance to shoot?
Oh, no, I don't think it's reluctance, no.
Or is it a big improvement from last year to this year?
Well, there's two things. Number one, he's such a good penetrator and finisher around the basket. That's what he was referring to. He really knows what his primary is. And his primary is driving and finishing, or driving and dishing. But he's worked so hard on his three-point shot, he's very, very confident in it, because he's making a lot in all of our drills. He doesn't even shoot a lot of them in practice, but he, from time to time, will shoot them, and he does make a good percentage. So we were very, very comfortable and confident that he could make those shots, because they were backing off of him and overemphasizing, Sheldon McClellan and Angel Rodriguez.
When he tweaked the groin, forgive me for not knowing this, he didn't come out with it.
He went to the sideline to our trainer, and the trainer was going to tape him or something. And I said, "Where's Jaquan?" And he said, "Oh, the hell with the tape job. Let me go." And he came back in. But as soon as I saw him limping, when he stole the ball, he would have probably dunked that. I saw him limping. I quickly put Davon Reed in for him.
Coach, you had mentioned after the Princeton game how you thought it was just what the doctor ordered.
Yeah.
Today, I don't know if this may have been the first time you were double digits down. Was that what the doctor ordered? Because you had to find ways to score, you had to find find ways to?
Well, I believe players respond to challenges one or two ways. Either they start thinking negatively, they complain to each other, they get frustrated when they miss a shot, they'll bark at the referee, I got fouled, or they respond positively and start to dig down deeper defensively. They share the ball a little bit better. They go after rebounds. Like that one rebound that Jaquan Newton got was huge, and he got fouled on it. He ripped the ball out of DeJuan Coleman's hands, a big, strong guy. But it's how hard you go after the ball. And I thought in the Princeton game, well, let me back up. In the Northeastern game, we didn't respond very well. We complained to each other, right? But in the Princeton game, we pulled together. And I think that's what Sheldon was saying, that experience of pulling together really digging in defensively and making it tough on them to run their offense and get easy shots really paid off for us.
One guy we haven't talked about too much here is Murphy tonight in the second half, starting with, I think, that follow dunk that he put through. Can you talk about his contribution, how big he was?
Well, Murph is such an outstanding defender. He has made a huge difference in our defense. And from last year, we didn't have anybody like him that could really just guard ball screens, could switch on big guys, could run the floor the way he does and handle the ball the way he does. So he's like our Draymond Green. You know, he's not the tallest guy out there, but he can play in multiple positions. He's really good at finding the open man. And he and Yvonne Cruz-Uceda give us a very strong power forward position. Yvonne's the three-point shooter, and Murph's the defensive stopper.
Jim, do you always hedge that hard on ball screens, or was that a real effort to chase them off the line and not let them shoot?
Yeah, no, we try to do that every game. Not always as successfully as we did today, but that's our game plan.
Jim, can you talk about the live ball turnovers? Your team forced 19 turnovers, 12 steals, and the live ball turnovers in the second half turned the ball game.
Well, when we were practicing on Friday, we were turning the ball over against our scout team, and I told them, look at Syracuse is a lot quicker and faster than these guys, and they lead the league in steals, and they are fourth in the country in steals. So we can't afford to be making these mistakes. At the other end, we need to be doing that to them because they, even though Michael Benajay is a terrific player, he's not like a pure point guard, not like a guy who's run the team for his entire life. So we need to put pressure on them and put them in positions where they had to make some fast decisions. And the defense was strong enough that we forced as many turnovers as they did.
Jim, when you mentioned the turnovers, obviously 6 steals for Angel. When a player's not having the best night offensively, how big is it for him to be able to do something like that defensively?
Well, what we've told him all along is when you're a smaller point guard defensively, if you're not like a junkyard dog, then the other team can just run their offense easily. And for him to be as effective as he needs to be, to lead us, it's through his effort on the ball. Because the one thing you know about your teammates is if they see you busting your tail and really dogging the dribbler, that motivates them to do the same thing to their guys. Don't let your man catch the ball easily. Put pressure on him when he has the ball. You're constantly sending nonverbal messages to each other. And Angel's message today, especially in the second half, is we can't allow Syracuse to get anything easy. We got to really work at the defensive end.